All right, everybody, welcome to the emerging section of 2.7. That means that you got through the first section. Hopefully it's making more sense of our system, what we're trying to look for with this. What we wanted to talk about today is irrational numbers, square roots, kind of what you're looking for with those, and being able to solve those. Okay, so if you're looking at the notes, you can see this on your notes, but I'm going to kind of just explain it a little bit. This is the square root of A, okay? So this symbol right here, that is your square root symbol, all right? Something you got to be careful of, and something that I've seen a few times that you need to watch yourself on, is it is not the division symbol, okay? You're not dividing these. If you were to do an example of it, I'll show you here in a little bit with what it could be if you did the wrong thing. So you're looking at a little bit of a different thing you're trying to do with this square root symbol. All right, you're trying to figure out what multiplied by what can give you that number. So let's look at this for an example here. So let's kind of go backwards just a little bit. I haven't talked about them yet, but we're going to talk about squared symbols. All right, so this is 3 squared. All right, so that means it's 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 would be 9. 3 squared would be 9. So it's the same thing as that. Now what you're doing with this square root symbol is you're going backwards. Okay, going backwards, so you have the square root of 9, so we're looking once again here at our answer. So the square root of 9 is 3. All right. Hopefully this is review. I'm pretty sure that you have covered this in junior high or in previous classes. So hopefully you're, well, hopefully not sleeping through this, but hopefully it's something you've already seen before. So if we were to do this, make this work here, so 3 times 3 is 9, and then so your answer is that. So using these two examples, if you're looking at your notes, hopefully you pause the video and look at these examples that we have here, and then I'm going to go through them after you pause them and see if we got it. So hopefully you did that. So something you'll notice in these ones is I have a plus and a minus sign. Okay, the plus and the minus sign is going to have to follow down to your answer. Okay, if you didn't do that, it might be something new that you haven't seen before. Okay, there's also a negative sign here. Okay, same thing. All it does is it just drops down to your answer. If there was a negative sign in the middle here, all right, so underneath this radical sign. Oh, and that's what this is called. So this is called the radical sign. Pretty simple. So let's say that there was a negative sign in there, it would disappear. Okay, once you put your answer down. So using a counter example to this, it would be square root of negative 36. Okay, my answer down here would just be 6. Okay. So that's our answer to the first one. So I need to drop this down here, right on the other side here. Plus minus 6. Okay, that could be a plus, it could be a minus. That's just how the symbol looks. So going into this one, so what times what would equal 49? Okay, hopefully you got 7. All right. There was no symbol, so we didn't need to do anything with that. But this symbol right here is negative, so I'm going to go ahead and just drop this down automatically. Put that down there. So what times what would equal 4? Well, 2 times 2 would equal 4. And something that, grab this really quick. Something that I forgot to talk about was if you have a calculator, okay, you are welcome to use a calculator. There is a square root symbol on here. All right, if you can kind of get a general idea of where that button is right there. If you push that button and then put in your number here, of 4, it's the example, it would give you your answer, okay? If you haven't got one of these, this is a great calculator, all right? I've been doing some higher level math for some classes I'm doing in college, and I actually love this calculator. So this is called a Casio, okay? They sell it at Walmart. It has a whole bunch of really cool buttons in there that make things really easy. So there's a little plug in there for you. It's about 15 bucks at Walmart, okay? So if you need to use a calculator, you can totally do that on this section, okay? So make sure to use that, all right? So let's talk a little bit more about this. If you're looking at this one here, so this would be D on our examples, okay? Drop the sign down, just like so, okay? And then E, no signs in front, 5 times 5 would equals 25, okay? Now, square roots and squared, you'll get into this a little bit more in geometry, but you'll see them a lot with area, okay? So you're trying to figure out, okay? You're trying to figure out kind of like a box. It's probably a horrible box, but it's okay. You're trying to figure out a box, and this is your area, right? So 3 squares this way, 3 squares this way, so it's 3 times 3 is just a simple way to do this. And now you're trying to figure out the area, so that's square root of 3, and you're just trying to figure out this number. So in geometry, this is going to be a big thing, squared, okay? Squared is not going to go away, so make sure that you're paying attention and you're really getting this down. All right, so that's about it on the emerging section for 2.7, all right? We're working with square roots, solving the square roots, and it's really easy if you have a calculator. So make sure to do that. All right, we'll see you in the next section.